All right, Coach, if you just want to give us a little spiel about your games today to start off with.
Sure. Obviously our big focus was obviously taking game one. But I'm not going to lie, with Britt on the mound, we feel pretty good about game one. Game one has not been our concern. Game two has been. And what we want to do is play consistently, and we did that today. I just told the girls we were more aggressive at the plate. We executed the things that we wanted to do. We just played good team ball today, and as a result, we got 2 wins. So that was awesome.
How big was the pitching performances? You talk about Britt a little bit. She throws a one-hitter, has a no-hitter going into this 6th inning, and then you get it turned around in the nightcap and get a perfect game.
That is awesome. You know what? With Britt, we're kind of used to it. She's certainly 1 hit, 2 hit, a bunch of. We've gone through it for 4 years. So even for her, I felt badly about the 1 ball, but that's inevitable as a pitcher, as you know. It's always in the 7th inning with 2 outs. But in the second game, you know what? We have some girls who need to gain some confidence, basically, and they need to learn to pitch a little bit more consistently. And just so whenever you have an outing like that, number one, it's incredible because it doesn't happen to a lot of pitchers. But hopefully that's a confidence booster, and that's what we need.
What was working for her in the game?
She's a big drop ball pitcher. Basically she got ahead, and then she'd get him with her drop ball, and it drops off. It drops off so drastically that as long as you can get girls to bite, if it's tempting, that's what we talk about. Your off pitches have to at least be tempting, and her off pitches were tempting today, so it got them.
Britt, what about you in game one? It really seemed like, you hit the first batter of the game with the very first pitch, and then from that point on, it seemed like you were in control.
Yeah, the first pitch, it doesn't happen often. I don't hit a lot of people, but it just got away from me. But then after that, I knew we couldn't let that be the momentum for the rest of the game. So I just kind of buckled down and then settled in, and then we kind of cruised through that game. So it was a little bit of a rough start, but we came back after that.
Confidence-wise, what does it do for you to have run support early? You only won 2-0 in the first game, but you get that 1 run right away.
We always talk about trying to score first. It just takes the pressure off, not just me, but just defense, and it just kind of eases us into the rest of the game. So scoring first was definitely huge. A few more runs would have been nice, but we were confident. I was confident pitching. I was confident with our defense, and we were hitting. We just weren't getting timely hits together. But we did hit a lot that game, so it was fun knowing that we kind of had the edge on them.
Kate, were you surprised to only see 2 runs in that first game? I felt like the bats were swinging pretty good, but you just weren't getting runs.
I'm right with you. You know what? We talked about having better quality of bats today. We kind of worked on it yesterday at practice, and just we talk about a lot of things. And these girls are so old and veteran players that they get it, even if you can just say something to them. So we talked about, I don't want to see 2 strikes called on you. Be more aggressive. And the person I probably saw it the most today is WLC. She's been watching so many pitches, and I don't think on purpose, but you freeze up there for a minute. She's kind of been doubting herself a little bit lately. I'm so happy for her because she came out swinging the bat and she had some very nice hits today. And I think, again, when you're aggressive early in the count, and we talk about if you're going to have 3 strikes on you, make it 3 swings. And I just think we did a great job today. It's just, like I said, it's just we didn't string those together today. And actually, Wisconsin-Lutheran made some nice plays in the first game. So I told them after the game, do I think we should score more than 2 runs? Absolutely. But I was happy with our at-bats in the first game.
Moving Brittany back into the 2 slot, has that helped her confidence-wise?
It's just something to mix it up a little bit, take that pressure, because we talk about being the leadoff batter of the inning, taking that pressure off. It's helped a little bit. So I don't know that it's not like making a change like putting someone, either, but I actually love our whole lineup. There's a reason for our whole lineup, but it's not like, you get moved down to where it doesn't matter. That doesn't happen in our lineup. But it was just something to take that pressure off of being the first batter of the game. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I think it's worked for her a little bit, so I'm happy for that.
Kind of seems like Kelly, though, is seeming to thrive in that leadoff spot now.
She doesn't mind it. Yeah, she puts her bat on the ball. She always has, even last year, So I just think Kelly's one of those players where nothing phases her. You know what I mean? You can kind of see that in her game, and I like that about her. So I didn't draw attention and talk to her about it. She hasn't talked to me about it. It's just kind of, okay, I'll bat lead off. So that's kind of the kid she is. So that's cool.
Head to Monday. You have a game against Cardinals Stritch. You want to talk about that a little bit?
You know what? It's just nice. It's a non-conference game. It's just one of those things that where we get our bats swinging, and there's some things we're going to work on. And so I like that. I love our season because we're playing all the time. That's why I tell the girls, if we have a bad game, I always say the beautiful thing is we're probably playing tomorrow or we're playing the next day. Well, I like that because we are going to take the weekend off. It's obviously a holiday weekend. It's time for them to be with their families, let their bodies recoup a little bit. And what better way than to come back on Monday than to play a doubleheader? And I'd rather play that doubleheader than practice any day.
All right, well, good luck. Thank you guys for coming up here.